Okay, welcome to Flex Fitness. I'm Alice. We're going to go through some questions, some very general questions today, and then a little more specific. First, I'm going to have you just fill out these par Q here. Don't worry if you answer yes on any of these. We'll go over it in more detail, and I just need to sign a date at the bottom.
Okay.
And there is a second sheet there as well that's going to have some information for emergency contact info, your email, how you found Flex Fitness, and you'll sign and date that as well. As you do that, I'm going to give you a little background on how it operates here at Flex Fitness. So we've been here about 9, going on 10 years. I rent the space, I own the equipment here, and I run my business through here as a third party. The hotel does a lot in return for us, so their hotel guests are allowed to use the gym 24/7. It works out really well. They're all professionals, so they come to the gym like regular gym goers. We don't have many issues at all with them. And then if you do sign up with Flex Fitness, you do get access to the gym 24/7 outside of your scheduled appointments with your trainer.
Okay.
And if you have any questions at any time, then
Do
you
you want
can
me to fill
ask.
this whole sheet up?
Yeah, if you can fill that out there, that'd be great. And don't worry about this part here where it talks about the pricing. We're going to go over that at the very end. But like I was saying, if you have any questions about what I'm telling you or any of the information here, then ask me at any time. That's an important one right there. How did you hear about Flex Fitness?
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just sign and date here. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of the general information here. You didn't check off any of the yeses, so that's great. So today you are going to leave here with some homework, and you probably didn't think that was going to happen, but that is happening today. So the reason I give homework here is because I am going to ask you some of these questions here as far as goal setting, but I want you to be more detailed here, so think about it for a day or two. You might think of something tomorrow that, hey, I didn't tell Alistair this, and then you can bring it back to your trainer. So this first one here is a goal setting sheet, and you can have as many goals as you like. The way that we like to set it up is you think of long-term goals, and then you can derive some short-term goals. So something 6 to 12 months from now would be a long-term goal, and then something more immediate 2 to 3 months from now, and then something within the next week or two.
Okay.
Within each goal, you have action steps and a time frame like we spoke about, also success indicators. Okay, so when you bring this back, your trainer would never change your goals. They might add some action steps that you hadn't thought of. And then this is something that we can reference every 6 to 8 weeks if you've been consistent with your trainer and with your homework outside of the gym. Because then we can come back and say, okay, well, you know, Yana's, oh yeah, she's achieved this one, we're still focusing on this one. Let's add some more goals. And there is a back here, so if you want to add more goals, you can. So that's homework for you. And this is assuming you do come back and sign up with Flex Fitness. If you don't, it's still a great tool for you to use on your own outside with any goal that you have in your life. This next one is a contract to yourself. So your physical activity goal is what you would need to change to achieve this. What are you willing to do? The one that I look at the most is I might sabotage my plan by not listening to my trainer, missing sessions, canceling sessions, etc. Okay. This one we would sign it, and so would your trainer sign at the bottom. Both these homework sheets we're going to photocopy, give you a copy. I urge you to put it somewhere that you can reference easily, whether it's on your fridge, your day planner, in your workout room at home, whatever it may be. And then we would keep the hard copy on file so we can look at it every 6 to 8 weeks and reassess it if we need to. And I also like to look at it if I find a client that hasn't been doing their homework or they haven't been getting the results, I'll make them do it again to refocus them. So that's number 2. So we're going to get into a little more detailed stuff here just for me so that if you do decide to start training, then we'll have this information to start and then you'll bring that back. Any questions so far?
No.
No? Okay, perfect. I forgot to ask, what do you do for work?
I'm an athletic therapist.
Okay, where do you work out of?
Pan Am Clinic.
Okay. Well, so you're going to be able to tell us when we're hurting you and what we're doing to you.
You betcha.
There we go. Okay, so we are January 25th. Perfect. Okay. Yana, how old are you, Yana?
38.
38. Okay. So do you have any injuries? It could be something that happened years ago, something that's happened yesterday, something that flares up once in a while.
Yeah.
Basically anything.
Neck problems. long-standing, and it can be triggered by sometimes exercise, upper body stuff that might be too much for me at the time.
Okay. Now, is this something that will cause you to not be able to do certain exercises at all, or you can just modify an exercise and still focus on doing that muscle group?
Yeah, for the most part, I can modify things.
Okay. So just like anything, this is a relationship where you're as much feedback as you give to your trainer, the best they can do to contour those exercises in your program. Okay. Other than the neck, do you have any other injuries?
No, I have like a knee that acts up every once in a while with squats.
Which knee is that?
My left.
Okay, left knee. Okay. So, like I said just now, is if that's bothering you one day, you come in and you tell your trainer, you know what, my right knee's been bothering me. Can we, modify a workout or not do legs today, something like that. Okay. And if there's something else that comes up, later on today or tomorrow, you can message me or let your trainer know. Hey, I forgot to mention, I rolled my ankle skiing or whatever it was.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. So any medications, anything like asthma, blood pressure meds, nothing like that? Okay. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excellent, 1 being very poor, where would you currently put your fitness level? And I always take the first number.
5.
5. All right. I take that number because it seems to be the most honest number. Maybe I go, no, I'm a 7. No, you're a 5. That's what you said. So we'll take it as a 5. So I know I've given you a sheet talking about your goals and very detailed. We're going to ask you about your goals right now. Again, let's talk about a long-term goal, and then I can derive some short-term goals that's going to be a little more immediate that we can focus on.
So you want long-term first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Improve posture.
Okay.
And tone.
It's a popular word.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else?
And I have like a goal weight in mind that I wouldn't mind hitting sometime in my life.
Okay. Lose lbs. Okay. So when I look at that, I think short term, and this is a broad term that I can use on a lot of people, but getting into a routine that is realistic to be consistent with, right? So a consistent routine of cardio, resistance training, and diet. Okay, so with the toning of muscles, losing pounds, that would definitely be the consistent part of a resistance and cardiovascular routine. But also it would be what type of training we would do in there. So we would do more of a muscular endurance. So we're not focusing on hypertrophy, getting our muscles bigger.
Right.
And then obviously we would be doing the cardiovascular to help burn more calories, getting you into a bit of a fat burning zone, but also to promote healthy lungs, circulation, flexibility, etc. When we talk about improving posture, then that's a very focused exercise, right? So a lot of people do this. We need to strengthen those muscles in the shoulder blades, focus on mobility and upper body strength, and flexibility in through the shoulder blades. So there's certain exercises we could do, wall slides, broomstick, things like that, where we're engaging those muscles and focusing on our posture. Okay, so that's what I would recommend that we would do immediately, is getting into a routine that's going to focus on those things for your posture and increasing your toned muscle mass as well as losing some weight. Diet's going to be a big thing, so consistent diet. It doesn't mean you have to eat like a rabbit. It just means you don't go down to your local Underdogs restaurant and eat their fried chicken. Unless it's once a week, you'll be okay. So, consistency. We look at our diet, 75, 80% of the time we're eating healthfully, and then that's the idea. But because it's not realistic, just like with your goals here, we use the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and have a time frame. So realistic's a big thing for any goal. So it's not realistic to say, I'm never going to eat fried chicken again at Underdogs. You can do it once a week, right? you can do whatever you want once a week, but if you're eating it every day, then that's not gonna get you to these goals that we want, okay? So consistency with our diet is a very big part of this. So your trainer's gonna help you with that.
I'm actually 37.
Oh, you're turning 38.
I'm turning 38, but I'm not 38 yet. Trying to get myself ready for it, you know, mentally prepare.
Ignore that part. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. So there's different things that we can do when we talk about diet. We can use MyFitnessPal, which is a great app where you enter in your food and it keeps you accountable, keeps you within parameters of carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Some people really like to have like a proper diet, like a meal plan set out. So we do have a product called Food and Muscles where you get 12 weeks of meal plans.
Mm-hmm.
Pictures, recipes, grocery shopping lists, and it's $9 a month. So that's the two options that I would recommend. You can answer that best yourself. Regardless of which option you choose, your trainer will be aware of that and work with you weekly. If they see you once or twice a week, they'll be like, okay, Yana, did you enter your food? Yeah, let me see it. Okay, great, let's keep going with this. Maybe I need to tweak less carbs, more protein, etc.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing the meal plan, then that's already set out. We can still tweak that, but it's also a lot of prep work. And so you can answer that. So think about those two options.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions so far? No concerns? Okay, great.
No.
We're going to talk about availability. When is your availability? Evenings, days, weekends?
Evenings.
Okay, evenings. And so right now, how often are you working out on your own?
3 times a week.
Okay, so that's great. That's a really great start. So what I would recommend is trying to get to that 5 times a week. So if you can continue to do the 3 on your own and then perhaps train with us once or twice a week, once for sure, and then you're getting to your 4 and then potentially get into the 5th one. So we could look at booking you once a week.
Okay.
The way we do it here is we sell 4 weeks at a time, so you would buy 4 sessions at a time if you're coming once a week, and it's all prepaid because we want to motivate you to make it to that session. We do have a strict cancellation policy, so it is 24 hours, and I urge you to go onto my site, check out, we have the customer policy, we have a disclaimer policy, we have a privacy policy. Read that up because we do charge on day of. If there is an accident or an emergency, your family member, we won't charge, but if it's typical things like I've got a meeting, I'm tired, I don't feel like it, then we do charge because we want you in the gym first and foremost. And secondly, we are a business, so we could put someone else in that hour, okay? I just urge you to do that. That's one of the things that I really want people to be aware so we're on the right page going forward. As far as prices go, we start in, we have 2 different prices. We have our price for the entry-level trainers at $58 to $62. And I use the word entry-level not because they're entry-level, but that's entry-level for clients coming in at that price. And if they're looking to go with a master trainer price, that would be at $68 to $72. And the reason for the slide and scale is how many sessions you buy at a time. So if you're buying 3 at a time, it would be at the 60. If you're buying 1 at a time, it'd be 62. If you're buying 8 or more, it's at 58.
Okay.
So you can take that information and do with it what you may. And we do accept everything from check to Visa, credit card, cash. Okay, so no more questions? Okay.
No.
All right, so you're gonna take that homework. You can contact me at any time and we'll schedule you for the next appointment.
Sounds good.
All right. And I forgot to mention, if you do want, you do get access to the pool and swimming pool anytime you like, as well as, I think I did mention it, you get access to the gym on your own to do your own workouts. So you don't have to go get a
Yeah,
membership
you didn't
anywhere
tell me
else.
that part.
Okay. Well, it's very nice meeting you, Yana.
All right.
Fun. 38.
I need to feed this baby.